Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for the Cuckoo's Fiancee, chapter 101. When we last left our heroes, Nagi finally returned to school after 20 chapters getting wrapped up in hotel kidnappings and fake marriage proposals and Sachi. All of that is finally done, and Nagi returned to school. And no one really cared that he was gone. The whole Ritsuko held up her end of the bargain to scrub everything about Yu-kun from the media. And Nagi learns that he's been volunteered to be his class's representative in this M-1 competition that we're told very little about, but that it's a partnered event and that partners, according to school legend, end up married. And Hiro asked to be Nagi's partner, and he goes through with that. And only at the very end does he finally ask, what the hell is the M1? And that's where we leave off, though we also do learn that ERIKA wanted to ask to be his partner as well. So yeah, with that being said, let's dive right on into chapter 101. And we open with an explanation. Allow me to explain. The M1, short for the Megurogawa 1. It's a tradition that has been continued for over 50 years here at Megurogawa High School. It's also a show, one that could be considered the main event of the culture festival. Participants are given 3 minutes of free performance, and the winner will be determined by a popular vote from the student body. So it's just like a performance event, I think. 101st Foul, I was just so flustered. We have our title there. Furthermore, it is said that those who perform as partners in the M1 will be partners in matrimony one day. A legend that's got everyone abuzz. But if they're like 2 pairs per class for 50 years of the school's history, it feels like most of those relationships would not work out. But whatever, let's ignore that. And we see this like ERIKA, who's like giving this like lecture to Nagi. Now do you understand? And Nagi's just panicking now. Yes. And to himself, you mean I have to participate in this kind of normie cool kid event? I mean, yeah, I guess I'm not really sure I went to a school where free performance would be considered normie and cool kid, but okay, Nagi. And he keeps on thinking, but isn't this a rare opportunity to pair up with Seiko-san? And then there's that legend that everyone's a buzz about. And ERIKA just like looks at him, kind of smiling. Nagi's a little skeeved out. What? You just gotta go for it. Let's do our best. Okay. And then we come to Shion and Hiro, who I guess have come to the shared house to practice. And Shion looks around. Thanks for having us. Oh, so this is ERIKA-chan's place. I'm guessing Shion is unaware of the engagement. He thinks this is just ERIKA's house. But Shion keeps looking around. It's big. And ERIKA is just, hey, make yourself at home. And Nagi is just sort of stunned and pulls ERIKA aside. Amanos-san, a word. What now? And Shion looks at him kind of confused. And Nagi just gets mad at Shion. Mad at ERIKA. Why'd you bring Shion along too? Won't he find out about us living together like this? And ERIKA tells him, well, we didn't have a choice, did we? There's nowhere else we can practice. And if you don't say it, he'll never know. Really now. And Shion is, I think, trying to listen in, but I don't think he's heard any of this. Because he sort of calmly nods. And he gets right in between them. Don't worry about it. I already know about everything. And Nagi and ERIKA are just like, huh? About how you two are engaged? And about how you're living together? Huh? Okay. How does he know? I remember the last time we really saw it, I think the last important thing Shion was involved in was, I think, that like study camp that ended with him and Hiro forming that alliance of like, you know, Hiro will get with Nagi and Shion will get with ERIKA. And I don't think we've seen him since then. Shion's always been in this kind of like weird role where he just like stops existing when he's not relevant. But like maybe Hiro told him is what I'm getting at. But I don't know why she would. That seems kind of like a betrayal. But anyway, I guess we'll find out. As Shion is like sparkling. You thought you could keep secrets? Demi part. Disparaten? I don't know what language. Let me see if I can find out what language that is. Demi part. From my part is translated from Spanish. And then disparaten is, it's not giving me anything. Google Translate. It's, got nothing. Got nothing from that. I don't know. This is the information age. And Erika's just stunned. Have you been snooping on us like mad? And Nagi's like looks at him in almost disgust. Scarier than even the media. But Shion tells him, don't say that, Nagi. You really should learn to trust me. It's only because I know about your situation that I even exist. What? What does that mean? That I even exist. I have no idea what the fuck that's supposed to mean. At all. And Nagi just says, now I really wish you'd see that's completely unnecessary. I'm not even sure what he's responding to at this point. But Shion just grabs his shoulders. Don't say that, man. We're friends, right? Friends? Stop it! And Erika just looks at him. I bear witness to the moment Nagi-kun made a friend. And there's still not really any explanation as to, like, how the fuck he knows what's going on. But it seems like we're all just sort of moving on with that. I'm not sure why we're moving on with that, but here we are. And Erika is just, well, that saves us a lot of time and effort. Or more like, that's a load off my shoulders. And Hiro just laughs. I had a feeling the cat was out of the bag. But again, no clue how the fuck he knows. And no one seems too terribly concerned that he knows this big secret. Anyway, I think this is Hiro's line. Alright then, let's split up and start practicing. And Erika asked her, did you already decide on what you guys are going to do? Oh, not yet. What are you going to practice? I think this is still Hiro. I guess we all have to start from there then. And we see Erika and Shion like scrolling on their phones, thinking, none of these are really good. Nothing really grabs your attention, huh? And she's reading some listicle, like top 10 things you can do to liven up a party with just two people. And the things it has that we can see are juggling, jump rope, magic, and comedy sketch. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, Shion, in response to what Erika just said, asked, what makes you say that? And Erika just tells him, instinct. We need something that makes you go, that's it. And Shion asked, wouldn't that take the sense of a prodigy? Nobody asked you. And then Erika gets to thinking, you see, I've done speeches at Daddy's parties before, but something like this can't be too long or too short. And Shion kind of uncomfortably chimes in, Daddy's parties? I'd love to go someday. Like, I think he's trying to very awkwardly flirt with Erika, but there's just something about the writing all through this chapter here that just feels slightly off. I'm not sure if it's a translation thing, but it's not a new translation team. It's the same translation team that's been doing this series for like 20 chapters now. But all of a sudden, like this chapter in particular just feels weird, you know? I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on what exactly the problem is. Like all of these lines of dialogue just feel a little less connected than they usually do. I don't know. Anyway, Erika goes on. Basically, something sensational, stimulating. Something that'll be the talk of the town and with impact. Something sensational. And Shion just tells her, you said that twice. If it's come to that, I had no choice but to unleash my secret weapon. And Shion's just secret weapon? What could it? But Shion's sort of all gung-ho. as ERIKA tells him, something that I guarantee will be amazing. And Shion does high fives her, let's do it! And Nagi just watches them, kind of shocked at whatever they're doing. But then ERIKA tells Shion, I'm gonna head out to buy a few things. And then Shion tries to chime in, then I'll come with. But ERIKA stops him, Shion-kun, you stay here and plan for the performance. Roger that. But if he doesn't even know what you're doing, how can he plan for anything, is the real question. Anyway, Nagi sort of comments as he watches them, look at that, and thinks, Shion-kun, huh? And he flashes back to what ERIKA said last chapter. Just this once, I was hoping to be your partner, Nagi-kun. Things seem to be going awfully well for you. And he's rapidly clicking the pen, he's clearly kind of upset here. Even after saying all of that, he's just growling, as Hiro notes. Which definitely feels, even if I'm not quite sure Nagi is aware of this yet, this whole anger bit feels like it's fueled by an unacknowledged romantic feeling from Nagi. And Hiro chimes in, you look conflicted. Did you want to be partners with ERIKA-chan after all? And we see she's sort of sad about that. Nagi sort of protests, no, that's not what I was... It's just they've already decided what they're doing and they're making a big ruckus about it. And yet here we are with nothing decided. I just thought it'd be bad if we didn't act fast, right? But there's this sense that he's kind of protesting too much there. But Hiro's, at least on the surface, seems to take it. That's true. We got to Nagi... wrapped in a blanket with what I'm assuming are Hiro's hands acting for his hands. Their sketch is going to be that Hiro, feeds Nagi this, bowl of ramen with her own hands. And Nagi's just, so, Seigo-san, what is this? Helping hands! Yep. I mean, I guess I was imagining something more like a performance when we had it described by ERIKA earlier. But I guess maybe this counts too. And Nagi's just, no, I can see that, but is this really okay? And Hiro tells him, it might seem a bit classical, but that's exactly why anyone watching it'll laugh out of it, right? Nagi's just thinking, this 100% intimacy. I can feel the warmth on my back. But then he stops himself, no, this is so we can get first place in the M-1. It's just a performance. And Hiro announces, all right, here I go. Right. And he thinks, focus, Nagi. Right as he feels Hiro's boobs on his back. And he sort of freezes in a panic there. And Hiro fucks up and spills all this hot broth on his face. And he panics. Ah! Hot! Huh? And Hiro apologizes. Sorry about that. Did I get udon all over you? Wipe it, please. Oh. Okay, and she grabs the towel. There, the towel! And she just whacks him with the towel! And Nagi passes out, thinking, what's gotten into you? What's gotten into you, Seigo-san? And she tries to he falls out of the blanket. Sorry, Yumino-kun. You seem not all right at all. This is all wrong. But Nagi picks himself back up. It's fine. I'm used to this sort of thing. And he thinks, could I have done something to deserve such hatred? Is that about, ERIKA's kind of tsundere shtick or something? Or is he, I don't see how this current instance has anything to do with hatred at all. It's another bit of dialogue that feels just sort of odd. It doesn't quite, that line doesn't quite feel like it connects to what's happening on the page at all, really. But anyway, Hiro says, it's not that. I was just so flustered. I don't think I can do this. There's our title line and our money shot. Just as much as Nagi was flustered, we see, because, as we know, Hiro is heavy crushing on Nagi. Hiro is more than a little embarrassed herself. Nagi's sort of stunned. Huh? And Hiro sort of like tries to laugh it off. It's so weird. I wonder why. And Nagi like scratches his cheek. So, because of me? Or is this part of the act? And Hiro just laughs. I don't think I've ever gotten this close to you before, have I? And Nagi sort of like brushes his upper lip. No, now that she says it. Me too. I guess so. And again, that me too bit is just sort of awkward. Like, doesn't quite... The phrasing there doesn't quite feel like it connects to what else is going on in the scene. Like, I guess the me too ties into the I was just so flustered bit. But there's just something about the way all of the writing here doesn't feel like it's connecting meaningfully, if that makes any sense. Like, it feels like... And I don't want to assume anything with the Scanlation team because I don't know any of their business. But it feels like different parts were translated by different people without the context of the rest of the scene, if that makes any sense. And so you have these sort of lines that, like, you can see what the line is trying to say, but it just feels slightly unconnected from the line before it. I don't know. Maybe not making any sense, but that's sort of what it feels like to me. Anyway, we then hear an exaggerated yawn as Sachi comes in, kind of awkwardly. She really shouldn't be here. We need a Sachi hiatus. Just let her go. What's this? Flirting much? And then... Oh boy. Oh shit! It's her, the queen, that we first learned about during the hotel. It's ERIKA the Rapper! Oh, good shit! She's in this hoodie and, I think a tube top and sweatpants, I think. Hey, yo, here I am, ERIKA the Rapper, right here, check it. ERIKA and Shion, gonna be the champions. Glorious our vision. Will we be the champions? Not even a question. And we see Shion, record scratching in the background. If you show aversion, then you need conversion. Survival of the best in our nation. That be our position. Victory is ours. M-1 number 1. This chapter is this awkward, mix of some kind of, the dialogue is kind of shaky, but the humor is so top-notch here. And Sachi, just yawns at them. And ERIKA gets upset. Wait, Sachi-chan, what do you mean? I mean, both of your acts are hopeless. And Nagi and Hiro are just sort of terrified at this. Don't you think their performance is out of our league? What are we even? They're so outmatched at that. But then ERIKA calls down to Sachi, then why don't you come practice with us? And Hiro, it'd be great if you could help be the judge. And Sachi just slams her door. Nope, I've got exams, Right. Jesus fucking Christ, Yoshikawa! Okay, so the next line, Sachi's standing behind her door. And she says, the Culture Festival, huh? Next year, I'll be the one to do it with Nagi. I thought we'd get a break, Yoshikawa. I thought we'd have a break from the nonsense. I thought we were done with this for a while. I fucking dreamed that we'd at least have, a handful of chapters where I didn't have to deal with the Nagi-Sachi nonsense. I thought that was sort of the after effect of 99. Of Sachi being like, hey, maybe this isn't really romance, but it's something and it's awkward and kind of need to deal with it. And this is not her dealing with it. This is in no way her dealing with anything. Also, it doesn't even make sense because you do it with your fucking classmates. Just Sachi, stop. Anyway, moving on. Moving fucking on. We cut to ERIKA sighing. It's no good, huh? If this doesn't win us the contest, then we'd just be a laughingstock. And Shion just chimes in, I thought it was pretty awesome, though. And ERIKA cuts, nobody asked you. That's a little harsh to Shion. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. And Nagi comments, I guess there's a limitation to party tricks, too. Yeah. And in times like these, Hiro pulls out this, CD. We have this. A DVD? Which is actually, might be a random little thing. But given how much Cuckoo is, all about being this kind of modern era, how much attention is brought to, the Reiwa era and this new age or whatever. It's weird to bring up DVDs and not file I don't know what do schools use to share their school plays in the present day. It's been a long time since I was in high school. I don't know. It might be nothing. Anyway, I thought we might get some inspiration from blah 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 blah. What was that sentence at all? I got no word of that right. I thought we might get some inspiration from some old footage of previous M1s. I borrowed it from the school. It's a collection of all the winners' performances. And ERIKA asks, you mean we'll watch past graduates? Exactly. And we see S58 winner, which the translator note tells us is 1983, Showa year 58, which, were DVDs common enough that a high school would record their talent show on a DVD in 83? I feel like that was VHS tape era. But I don't know. Again, I'm not a tech expert at all. S as in Showa era, right? This is from 40 years ago. Though it does explain my why they are using a more dated technology. And Hiro comments, wow, someone super pretty just showed up on stage. And ERIKA's taken aback. Huh? Wait a second. Isn't that Mommy? And yeah, it's a teenage Ritsuko. An unexpected development in the Culture Festival. Next time, how does Ritsuko achieve victory? Okay. So, this chapter. I'm not sure I have much more to say beyond what I already sort of said while I was reading it. We should never be reminded that Nagi Sachi is a thing ever. And any time that Yoshikawa brings that up, it is an instant demerit. There's something just sort of off about the translation this week. I don't know. Also, this chapter came out kind of late, and I'm curious if that could possibly be related or something. I don't know. That's far beyond the pale of the speculation I should allow myself for, so I'll shut up. But it is kind of odd, is all. That being said, the comedy is so good. We have just the sudden appearance of the awkward helping hands gag, the udon to the face, the towel punch. Just that whole segment is really, really funny. But also builds up kind of the romantic development of Nagi and Hiro. This is very much a Team Hiro chapter. As Hiro and Nagi had this kind of awkward flirt after the punch. And then, of course, is the glorious return of ERIKA the Rapper, which is high-quality nonsense. That's just so good. It's just so funny. We stan. Genuinely top tier shit there. But then, yeah, we have the DVD. And the DVD, this is definitely the first time you know about Ritsuko being a Megurogawa student, which definitely adds I feel like there's something there that's important to whatever the fuck is going on with the Amanos. And so I feel like somehow this is going to tie into what exactly Souichirou's deal is in particular, because I just want to know what the fuck is wrong with that man. There is something wrong with that man, and something that maybe ties into the little the little flashback we got at the start of 100 about ERIKA fulfilling her promise to Souichirou. I don't know. But I imagine whatever the fuck is going on with them, seeing a bit more of Ritsuko's time in high school, doing the M1, maybe her partner is Souichirou, and maybe that will give us something. I don't know. I want there to be some relevance to Souichirou and Ritsuko being former students in Megurogawa. I'm not sure what the relevance would be, but I want it to be there. I don't know how or why or what, but I feel like there should be some relevance there. I don't know. Also, this is what happens when I record super late, is that, like, maybe it's really obvious, and it'll, like, hit me when I get some sleep. But yeah, I did want to get this video out before tonight, because tomorrow I'll have One Piece and maybe even Sugai if I can fit it in. Anyway, not talking about that right now. Fuck. That's this chapter. A lot of fun comedy bits. Too much Sachi, as always. But, you know, the whole helping hand sequence was funny, and also kind of cute at the end. And I love ERIKA the Rapper. It's so funny. It doesn't work at all, but it's so good. But yeah, that being said, a lot of fun stuff here, and some interesting things going forward with Ritsuko and all that shit when we see the DVD next week. So with that said, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!